Pass your real estate exam with PrepAgent.com. Remember, keep it concise and keep it simple. Am I an agent? Am I a broker? Am I a realtor? Am I a salesperson? Am I a sales agent? Am I all these things, or just some of them? How we tend to define ourselves tend to create some confusion amongst the public. People tend to use the word agent, broker, and realtor interchangeably, when they are not the same thing. In fact, there are some legal ramifications for using the wrong title at the wrong time. For example, when you say the word real estate agent, technically you are talking about a real estate salesperson working under a licensed real estate broker. Technically, in the general sense of the word, an agent is an individual or corporation who represents a principal. For our purposes, a principal typically is the buyer or seller, landlord, tenant, etc. The public tends to call licensees realtors because it has become the generic term for the trade, much like the term Kleenex has for a tissue. Here's the catch. Even though many people use the word realtor as a generic term, saying that you are a realtor means you are part of a designated organization known as the Board of Realtors. Therefore, if you are not a realtor, you cannot say that you are a realtor. If a real estate agent is a member of the National Association of Realtors, it means that he or she upholds the standard of the association and its code of ethics, pays their fees, and upholds their guidelines. You remember the Hebrew National Kosher Frank ad? The one with Uncle Sam, and he said, answer to the higher authority, implying that the government will approve many types of hot dogs, but to be a Hebrew National Kosher Frank, you have to live up to a much higher standard. The goal of the Board of Realtors is to be basically the Hebrew National Kosher Frank of real estate. Anybody can pass the class, take the test, and become an agent. But to become a member of the National Association of Realtors, you need to answer to a higher authority. Lastly, you have the broker. Much like the term realtor, people tend to use the word broker frivolously. A real estate broker is a person who has taken education beyond the agent level as required by the state and passed a broker's license exam. Brokers can work alone, or they can hire agents to work under them. Whereas somebody with a salesperson's license, typically known as a real estate agent, has to work under a broker in order to practice real estate. So technically, when you are hired as a real estate agent, your broker that you work under is actually the one being hired. The principal may not come in contact with your broker, but the broker should be overseeing the transaction, taking legal responsibility, and sharing the commission with you when the transaction is done. The legalities of the broker-agent relationship can vary from state to state. For more great information to get past your real estate exam, remember, go to PrepAgent.com.